Hi everybody, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface on the PTR for patch 6.1. In this video I'm going to be looking at some of the Apexis Crystal changes, as well as the changes made to Apexis Crystal vendors, and also the gear in which they're selling. So first things first, on the live servers the current cap of Apexis Crystals is set at 20,000. On the PTR that's been raised by 3 times the amount to 60,000 Apexis Crystals. Now, that's quite a big change. So in my eyes, hopefully, Blizzard are going to be bringing in some better ways of achieving Apexis Crystals. The current system is a little bit flawed. We just have that one big daily where you can get between 800 to 1,000. It feels a bit grindy. It's a bit boring. I've stopped doing it. I know a lot of people that have stopped doing it because it's just doing us heads in. So fingers crossed Blizzard are actually bringing in alternative methods for getting Apexis Crystals apart from just that. Because otherwise you're getting together in grindy groups and just going around farming mobs. Nothing fun about that whatsoever. Behind me though, you may also notice there's a slight change with the Apexis Crystal vendors. They've brought another one in. Now you might think, ooh, does that mean some more interesting gear? No, not really. What they've done, instead of separate the vendors through the gear rarity, so instead of having a vendor for the 630 stuff, another vendor for the 640, and another for the 655, they've actually broken up the vendors by piece of gear. So we have a cloak vendor, a helm vendor, a glove vendor, a bracer vendor, and a leggings vendor. It just seems a little bit of unnecessary overkill for me, but, you know, whichever way Blizzard think is best, never mind. And if we do speak to them, there are a couple of changes with what they sell. They still sell the ridiculously overpriced mount, which is never going to get 50,000 gold of my money. If it's going to be that much, where are the vendors? Where's the external seating for more people? There's got to be a lot more to it than just a regular River Wallow for 50k. It's absurd. And of course the contract for the follower. But one of the big glaring things you'll notice is you can now purchase Savage Blood with your Apexis Crystals, 2,000 a pop. Now this might make some people a wee bit pissed off, because if you've got a barn, you've no doubt invested a hefty period of your time to get it to a position where you can start to produce some Savage Blood, sell it on the auction house if you're not utilising it yourself, and they are currently selling for decent money, about 900 gold to 1,000 gold on my server a pop. So that's not bad at all. Of course, with this change coming in, loads more people are going to have access to Savage Blood. It's going to seriously drive down the price on the auction house. Maybe that's what Blizzard want, but let's face it, it looks like another profession come garrison building that people aren't going to be allowed to make money off. It's going to get very generic very quickly. Because if you haven't got the barn, what do you do to get Savage Blood? Well, you either use your primal spirits or you go to the auction house. It's as simple as that. So this change is going to really drop the price of that. It might also be hinting that they could be making some changes to professions, maybe bringing in another tier of upgrade for profession gear. And another thing that you'll notice as well, there's now a 4th set of pants or bracers or back or helm, etc., which has been pushed up to item level 670. Non-raiders will probably see a big benefit from this, or people where these stats are actually useful. However, again, it doesn't solve the problem that a lot of us are having, that a lot of this Apexis Crystal gear is just simply not usable. Myself as a Destruction Warlock, I know priests are feeling it the same. There's just nothing there for them to buy, or us to buy. So it doesn't improve our gear whatsoever, because there's still this huge issue with secondary stats being so powerful that even an item level of 670 would be probably weaker than an item level of, say, 645 that actually had your preferred secondary stat. It's absolutely mental the way that Blizzard have worked stats out in Warlords of Draenor. So although it's a higher item level, still bloody useless for me. Still not a single piece of it would crit on, so I can't purchase anything. Doesn't matter how high the item level you raise it to, unless it gets to a absurd degree, it's never going to be useful unless I have access to the correct stats, or the priests have access to the correct stats. I know warriors are also having a bit of a complaint about it their side as well with stuff like crit. So what I don't understand is why they didn't bring an Apexis Crystal item at a premium rate, maybe 10 to 15,000, something that is definitely of a premium rate, that would have the opportunity to randomize the stats on this gear. At least then it would give some people the opportunity to proc a stat which they'd actually get some use from. But as it is, with 5 of the 6 pieces holding versatility, with it being an utterly useless stat, it's still not going to provide much use at the minute. So although there have been some changes with the Apexis Crystals and the amount that you can hold, there's got to be other things to go alongside this change. Better ways of getting Apexis Crystals other than the bit of a grindy once a day quest from your garrison. And Savage Blood seems to be the only thing that's going to be of any use. But if you're trying to make a profit from it, probably not, because the auction house will be saturated full of it and they'll be selling for lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. So unless you're genuinely looking for Savage Blood to upgrade your gear, I can't see huge amounts of benefit for a lot of people. But I'd like to hear your opinion down in the comments below. And I hope you enjoyed this vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. Follow me on social media as well as twitch.tv for live streaming. Those links are in the description down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care, everybody. Bye-bye.